In this video, I'm gonna tell you why you maybe shouldn't do Amazon, and if you do, the mindset you need to have to make sure that you'll be successful with it. Okay, so first I'm just gonna talk about what I see so much that leads me to know that so many people out there are being fed misinformation that leads them to have unrealistic expectations for this business. So I just wanna dispel those myths first off and tell you what I see that people are thinking this business is gonna be, and that what parts of those are just not true, just so you can fix your sort of mindset. And then I'm gonna distill that down into 3 sort of actionable points of what you really need to have ready to really dive into this and give it a real shot. So the stuff that I see people saying that is just not true, that is not gonna set you up for success. Forgive me if you've seen me say this a lot of times, but I just still see so much of it that it has to be said again. So you've probably heard this before, but it'll be a good refresher for you. Unless you're new here, then welcome to the channel, by the way. I'm Matt. You probably figured that out. If this is the first time you've heard this, it's really, really, really important. If you've heard it before, still really important. So many people are selling this business as a get rich quick, no risk, easy thing, no money to get started, all of that stuff. And it's just not true. At one point it might have been semi-true, but it's definitely not true now. It's just not the case in the context of building a brand of your own products off the back of Amazon. Sure, you can resell things like that to build up cash. That'd be a great way to fund this business, but to actually build up your own brand and leverage Amazon and do all these things, it's just not true. There is some element of risk. It does take cash. It's not gonna be quick either, because even if things get going, watch my other videos where I've mentioned cash flow. Money in, money out is different than just profit on paper. Your business could be wildly profitable, but it's still just tying up cash because you need more and more inventory. So if you need immediate income, this is not what you should be looking for. This is something where you're gonna be building a long-term asset, your business. You're building something that has value other than just the cash flow. Cash flow is an aspect, but the cash flow is gonna be upside down for a while. So you need to be looking and building this long-term. You can't just be expecting to cash out really quickly. So if that's something that you're looking for, this is probably not the best bet for you. Okay, so let's sort of condense that into 3 more concise, clear points that you can actually take away and make sure you have them straight so that you can jump into this business the right way. So number 1 is you have a few $1,000s to put into this attempt at your Amazon brand. I've said it before and I'll say it again, but it's still the question I get so many times. How much do I need to start? I'll say $3,000 to $8,000 to really give it a good shot. Is it possible with 500 or $1,000? It is possible. It's not optimal. Optimal would be more like the $5,000 to $10,000 range. So this first point is that you have that cash ready, because you're gonna need it. You can't really get this started if you don't have that money to really invest in your first order, or even if you only put in $1,500 into your first order, do you have the money to restock? So yeah, if you just don't have that money yet, keep learning, keep waiting. This opportunity will still be here when you're ready to jump into it, but you're just not ready to actually do it yet. But I would recommend figure out what that plan is. That's gonna tie into point number 2. So point number 2 is you need a plan mapped out to actually bring you from where you are right now to the successful business that you're hoping to build. So you need a plan that is really grounded in sound business logic, that you're confident that you're on the right path and doing something that can actually work for you, and build it and generate income and produce value. So this you can absolutely work on as you're saving up. Point number 1, you need the cash. You can build out your plan and get all ready to go as you save up. And I highly recommend that, because I know people on the other end of the spectrum that they have the cash, but they don't know what to do. And those people are in no better position than the people that don't have the cash, because then they're just gonna throw their cash at something and most likely not succeed because they don't have a sound plan. And they're, back to the mindset stuff, they're taking a short-term approach. They're just looking for a single product. They're not, building out a brand and all these principles that I talk about in all my other videos that really produce value for the company that you're building. You're not just finding the single opportunity, but you're building out value beyond just the cash flow of one product. You're building other assets over time, like customer audiences. You're serving that same audience multiple products. It's something that could go to retail. There's so much more value in it than just like, oh, how much money can I make per month? If you take that zoomed out, longer term, bigger approach, you can simultaneously be making cash flow on a product or two while building an asset, this business that is actually an asset. So make sure you have that plan built in from the beginning. You're not just jumping in with one product, but you have a plan in place to scale it, to grow it, to build out the product line, to build up audiences. All of these things, you need to have that sort of mapped out in your head and not just be going blindly and hoping for success. Okay, number 3, this is back to the mindset stuff that I was ranting about at the beginning as well. And it's that as long as you're in this business, you need to have the mentality that you're gonna constantly be learning. Things are always changing and you're gonna have to adapt, or you're just gonna get wiped away with some stupid update, or you're probably seeing all these people freaking out about, you know, some review change or whatever, and that's not gonna matter to you if you are staying on top of it and always adapting. And this is where everyone's wrong with the mindset, thinking it's just some little hack where all they have to do is put in the right criteria and, you know, then do a giveaway and boom, you have $1 million business. That might work for the very short term, but if you don't have that plan, back to 2, if you don't have that plan to really build it out, you're just gonna fall off. So you have to have this mentality that you're gonna actually be doing work. It's not passive. You're going to be staying on top of these changes and adapting and working your business into the current landscape and getting onto all other platforms and just staying on top of everything, because it is not something that you just set it and forget it and you never touch it again and it just keeps going forever. So that really ties right back into the mindset stuff, but so important. Okay, so those are my 3 core points to make sure that you do have the right mindset and you're not one of those people that I described at the beginning. You don't wanna be one of those people. You're gonna fail, you're gonna lose money, it's not gonna be good. So those are the 3 points to counter that. Number 1, you actually have that initial investment, at least a few $1,000s or so, or at least you're aware of what you're getting into. You know, you understand that sort of cash flow potential situation that you're gonna be dealing with physical products. So you're aware of the cash needed. Number 2, that you have a solid plan to actually build value and turn this into a successful business. And number 3, that it does take work, it does take effort. You're gonna have to keep learning, you're gonna have to keep adapting. It's not just a set it and forget it, one trick wonder, whatever thing that you're never gonna have to touch. By the way, obviously that last point really includes everything. That means that you have to learn all of these intricate things. So these are very broad points, more of mindset, I'm realizing. Maybe that's what I should have said at the beginning of the video, but these are sort of like the framework that everything you do needs to fit into. So of course you need to learn the little details, but that's part of it. And I think so many people out there are just expecting to, like, you know, find these little tricks, set it up, and then that's just their whole business for the rest of time. So these are sort of this is sort of the operating system that you have to go into this. All right, so I've just been doing computer work all day today. It's been beautiful out, so I've been spending some time just chilling as well. So I think that should probably just wrap it up. I hope that really helps you have the right framework to give this business a real shot. It's an amazing opportunity. I'll say one more time that people are always afraid that it's over, it's too late. It is not, it's definitely not. I see so much opportunity every single day, and trust me, I see a lot of potential products. I see a lot of everything because I have a lot of communication with you guys. So I'm just more convinced than ever that this is still a really great opportunity. You just have to go in it the right way, and what you can build if you're going into it the right way is truly amazing and life-changing. So that's it for today's video. I hope you really liked it. If you've made it this far and somehow you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that. Check out everything in the description. There's the course if you want to get, you know, that playbook, that step-by-step, everything you absolutely need. It is there in the description, as well as links to everything else, free Facebook group, all that kind of stuff. I'll see you in that group and hopefully in the course as well. Regardless, I hope you got a ton of value out of this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.